You ever get so scared that you start laughing? Like you're losing your shit or can't believe someone got you like that? Horror has always been ripe with comedy gold. There are moments that are sometimes so terrifying that people do the dumbest things in response that you can only laugh at them for. And then came the parody genre, and it took it to a whole new level. Before we begin, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Every new sub helps us achieve our goal and keeps us motivated to create new content. With that being said, I'm your host, Jamie, and here are our 10 must-see horror comedies. Number 1. Zombieland. This film came out in 2009, only a year before The Walking Dead walkers invaded a record number of TV screens. The film stood out at the time for its action comedy take on zombies. 15 years ago, it ended its theatrical run with $75 million domestically, making it the highest grossing zombie film until World War Z came out. Zombieland's crisp script and stellar cast of soon-to-be or already Oscar nominees makes for a hilarious hell of a good time. Make sure to take some time to check this out over on Netflix, AMC Plus, Philo, Sling TV, Roku, Prime, Google Play, Fandango, or Apple TV. Number 2. Freaky. Director Stephen Landon, whose name you'll see crop up again on this list, wrote and directed this fun and amusing modern slasher. Landon, who has gone on record saying he's a huge fan of writer Kevin Williamson of Scream, is clearly influenced by him and Wes Craven's sensibilities. Freaky is Freaky Friday, with a slasher twist. Vince Vaughn plays a serial killer and Katherine Newton plays a would-be final girl, but the two switch bodies. Both actors really play up the premise. They are an absolute delight on screen. Katherine Newton in recent years has risen to the ranks of a modern scream queen thanks to her roles in Lisa Frankenstein and Abigail. So get ready for some laughs over on Peacock, Prime, Google Play, Apple TV, or Fandango. Number 3. This is the End. Seth Rogen shared writing, directing, and producing credits on the 2013 comedy hit This Is the End. The story takes place during the apocalypse, and the cast, which is composed of already established comedic actors, all play versions of themselves, literally. Since the audience is well aware of the actors and the types they play, they often play off audiences' preconceived perceptions of them. So much humor is born from that, as well as the performers' dynamics. The ensemble commits to the bits with confidence and charisma. And to top it off, the film comes with a resonating existential gut punch. Go do yourself a favor and take a peek over on Prime, Google Play, Apple TV, or Fandango. Number 4. The Final Girls. The term Final Girl was coined by film scholar Carol J. Clover in her 1987 article, Her Body, Himself, Gender in the Slasher Films. The term has since crawled its way out of academia into the general lexicon. Clover observed that throughout the 80s particularly, and even prior, slasher films often ended with a lone surviving girl who has defeated the insidious slasher against all odds. The film Final Girls involves a group of girls who literally get trapped in an 80s slasher. They have to navigate it using their knowledge of the genre tropes to survive. Final Girls is meta, stylish, funny, and full of self-awareness. It looks and often plays like a classic 80s slasher. It's as much of a parody as it is an homage to the cast really flexes their comedic chops in this bloody romp. Make sure to check this out over on Google Play, Prime, Apple TV, or Fandango. Number 5. Shaun of the Dead. The first in what would become Edgar Wright's Cornetto trilogy, all which feature Simon Pegg and Nick Frost as the protagonists, Shaun of the Dead is a truly sublime cult classic. The biting satire is just tip of the iceberg in this hilarious zombie gore fest. One of the many cool things about the film is it could aesthetically fit into George A. Romero's Living Dead universe. The team behind the film are fans of the zombie classics, and it shows. Peg and Frost had a wonderful dynamic, and their characters bring the funny as well as the pathos. If you don't care one way or another about the humor, Shaun of the Dead will still satiate your appetite for zombie mayhem. Make sure to give this a taste over on Google Play, Prime, Apple TV, or Fandango.
Looking for some new duds to dazzle your friends and family with? Support Fat Ninja Studios by heading over to fatninja.shop and checking out our very own merch store. We've got everything from shirts, hoodies, hats, shoes, and more. Again, check out fatninja.shop. Every dollar spent goes to our big fund jar and helps us produce more quality content and short films. Thanks again.
Number 6, Happy Death Day. Stephen Landon wrote and directed this just a few years before Freaky in 2017. His style is apparent as this film is Groundhog Day as a slasher. Every day, Tree Gelbman is killed and starts the day over, each trying to discover her killer. Much like Freaky, the entire casting crew had a lot of fun with what is a simple twist on a popular story. Jessica Roth, who plays Tree, absolutely slays as the character. She's charismatic and funny. Her screen presence is so engaging that I didn't realize this film wasn't R-rated. That seems like a weird compliment, but this is a PG-13 slasher, and her character alone makes one forget there isn't much to the kills. Everything else about the film makes up for that shortcoming. So enjoy this party over on Prime, Google Play, or Fandango. Number 7, Slither. This is a film that gets under your skin. Before he oversaw the DC universe, before he directed the offbeat, emotional, and dazzling Guardians of the Galaxy films, James Gunn did this low-budget, dark-humored creature feature. James Gunn's visual and comedic sensibilities are persistent throughout the film. Gunn is fairly adept to juggling humor, whether it be dark, gross out, or whatnot, with sentiment. And this film exemplifies that to a T. So take a step and check it out over on Google Play, Fandango, Apple TV, or Prime. Number 8, The Babysitter. While I would never call modern-day Netflix flicks cheap, many, in fact, even have budgets comparable to blockbuster theatrical releases. But there is something unique to their aesthetic. They're polished, almost to a fault, and often display a more vibrant color palette. While this kind of slick aesthetic doesn't fit the tone of every movie, it works effectively for the horror comedy Netflix original The Babysitter. The film was released in 2017, the same year as Happy Death Day, and both movies prove that horror and comedy can be fun and done well. Another modern-day scream queen, Samara Weaving, leads the cast of The Babysitter as the titular character. She also appeared as the lead in Ready or Not, as well as a supporting character in Scream 6. Although The Babysitter isn't cerebral in any way, it has some twists and turns, plenty of over-the-top gore, and laughs. Make sure to check it out over on Netflix before it's too late. Number 9, Jennifer's Body. While this film wasn't exactly commended upon release, but appreciation for the film has grown for this horror comedy over the years. I understand why this film would be off-putting. It does broach uncomfortable subjects, and the juxtaposition between horror and comedy in Jennifer's Body has a more jarring effect than most of the films on this list. There was also a lot of hype around this film at the time because Megan Fox was huge, and scribe Diablo Cody had just won a screenwriting Oscar for Juno. Upon its release, it didn't receive the praise or box office it was hoping for. Regardless, I've always had a soft spot for the film. It may even be more topical today. Not only have some of its quips and imagery become iconic, but it's laced with underappreciated subtleties and creepiness. And whether or not you like Megan Fox as an actress, her screen presence is undeniable. So enjoy the succubus over on Peacock, Google Play, Fandango, Apple TV, or Prime. Number 10, Cooties. This film is a twist on zombie films, if there was one. And the premise alone, I find hilarious. Children become ravenous zombies through ingesting chicken nuggets. If ever there was a zombie comedy for the parents and teachers, Cooties is it. The film would resonate with those who have children around. And it is also a not so subtle jab at how our schools are underfunded and children don't have enough access to healthy foods. Ultimately, though, Cooties is entertaining and amusing. I don't think it ever quite lives up to the absurd premise, though. And its cast, which includes Rainn Wilson, Elijah Wood, and Allison Pill, might be too good for it. But they knew what they were signing up for. For ways not to catch some Cooties, check this out on Tubi, Google Play, Prime, Apple TV, or Fandango. Thanks for checking out the video. Did we leave any films off the list? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to tap that bell icon to stay up to date with our latest releases. You can reach out to us on Twitter or X at StudiosFat, or chat with us on Discord, linked below. Make sure to check out our very own merch store located at fatninja.shop. All proceeds go towards our next film project, so we'd greatly appreciate it. I've been your host, Jamie. Thanks again. See you in the next one.